to our presentation. We'll basically be taking you through the Holocaust and lead up to it. I'm Luke, this is Mark, that's Huma, and that's Cameron. Okay. So basically, the origins of anti-Semitism basically started with the death of Christ. And here's some reasons why. The first is a racial theory. Basically, the Germans said that the Jews were a different race, but although they were a religion, and so anyone could join. The second is that Jews considered themselves to be the chosen people. The third is an economic reason. Basically, when there was poverty in Europe, the Jews, because they were money lending, they were basically richer than the Europeans, so they got kind of jealous. Another's the fact that they were outsiders, so they weren't considered to be different, or they were considered to be different, but the reason they were disliked was that they were trying to be more like the Germans or whatever country they're living with. Another is the reason that they were a minority, so they were easy to target. And the last is the fact that, as I already mentioned, they were blamed for the death of Christ. Thank you. And we'll now move on.
I believe there are 9 reasons why the Nazi or NSDAP party came to power. Hitler was a very passionate and honestly convincing speaker. The Great Depression sparked rage against the Weimar Republic, causing the citizens to turn to more extremist powers, such as the Communist and Nazi parties. Nazi stormtroopers would protect pro-Nazi rallies and terrorize anti-Nazi events. Goebbels' propaganda won the support of Nazis by targeting different groups of society. Hitler was given power in a seedy deal with Hindenburg and Papen, who thought they could control him. People were still angry about the Treaty of Versailles, and Hitler promised to overturn it. Hitler also promised employment in the form of a massive military, air force and navy.
The Nuremberg Laws were installed in 1935. This was used to strip away the human rights from the Jews. They weren't allowed to marry non-Jews or work as normal citizens because of their stereotypical money-grabbing image. The Nuremberg Laws were kind of like a final act to stop any voice from Jews to be allowed to be expressed, like the Kristallnacht Act in 1938. It was based from the anti-Semitism which came from from being blamed for the crucifixion of Jesus, and it kind of took away their liberty of being a normal person and allowing them to express themselves.
Propaganda was also one of the reasons that leading up to the Holocaust, propaganda was used quite frequently in World War II to discriminate the Jewish race and promote the Aryan race. There are many types of propaganda: radio, film, poster, stuff like that. And basically, Joseph Goebbels is in charge of it all. He was the second best speaker after Hitler, and the Jews were, all the posters were put up to change the mind, make people think that Jews were like money-snatching, greedy people, child molesters, things like that. And one of the books was Poisonous Mushroom, because the child's mind is actually easier to manipulate, and it will hopefully carry on to the future for the Nazis, but that didn't work quite out.
So who's to blame? Basically, my group was thinking that the fact that we're always looking for people to blame is it's not right, as the Germans were looking for people to blame for their issues. So I thought that maybe we should actually learn from this and just basically, it is a horrible era in history, but I think that we should remember it, but just forgive for what people have done. We feel that it should be remembered, as if it isn't remembered, then people will forget about it, and so there is a possibility that this could happen again. So thank you for listening.